Shalom. First and foremost, all praises to Yahweh and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, so this lesson is going to be about how the Lord is in control of the spirits. All right. The Bible says that he is the father of spirits. All right. So he is the creator of spirits. So he controls the good and the bad. All right. The left and the right. He is in full control of them. Okay. There's people who go around saying that Satan rebelled against God. He was cast out of heaven and all this, and as if the Lord don't have full control, like he's not omnipotent. All right, he's all knowing, all powerful. All right, it's really that simple. All knowing, all powerful. Nothing gets by him. It's not like somebody snuck up behind him, and you know what I mean. Like, nah, that's not how that works. All right, and that's for another lesson. But this one, it just goes to show that he's in full control of the spirits that he created. All right, this example right here, the lying spirit that was in the mouth of the prophets. All right, he allowed this. All right, this is 1 Kings 22:20. It says, and Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said, in this manner, and another said, on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before Yahweh and said, I will persuade him. And Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. All right. So the Lord told that spirit to go do that, to be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. The Lord was in control of that. He told him what to do. He told that spirit what to do. And that spirit put a lying spirit in the mouth of those prophets. Now, the Lord hates a liar, all right? But he allowed that to happen for his purpose, okay? So that spirit, he controlled it to put another spirit on those men, all right? That was the Lord in control there, all right? This is Psalms 78:49. 78:49. All right, and it says, and this is talking about the Lord and what he does. It says he casts upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels up among them. So the Lord sends evil angels among people, all right, with his fury, with his anger, indignation. He will send an evil angel upon you, and that angel will pour out a spirit and do something according to the Lord's anger. All right, that's the Lord in control of that. It says that he will send evil angels. All right, the Lord sends those angels, nobody else. All right, it's the Lord that does that. 1 Samuel 2:6. Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahweh maketh poor, maketh rich, bringeth low, and he lifteth up. All right, so it's the Lord that's in control of life and death. in all scenarios. The Bible says in the book of Daniel that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. So the Lord is in full control of the world, of the land, of space, of heaven, earth, everything. The Lord's in full control. All right, nothing gets past the Lord, okay? Nothing at all. All right, because they're pushing that notion like, oh, why would God this, da, da, da? He does things for his own purpose. His ways are higher than ours, but we know the Lord is in full control. Psalm 68:20, he that is our God is the God of salvation, and unto Yahweh, the Lord, belongeth the issues of death. So the issues of death belong to him. No one dies or is alive without him. He's the one that's in full control. So how the hell is the devil going around making rules on his own and killing people and doing this and that? Hell, even the offer that that Satan offered Yahweh Shai, where he said, I will give you all these kingdoms. Yeah, that's only because the Lord allows that, because you're down here ruling. All right? But what like the Lord said, what can you build onto me? You know, what church can you build onto me? What can you offer me that I don't have? Have everything, you know? So, you know, there's nothing he can offer. And the Lord, whatever he has, the Lord allowed it. All right? It's that simple. Now, we remember Job. One of the best examples, Job 1:7. It says, and Yahweh said unto Satan, whence cometh thou? Then Satan answered and said, Yahweh, and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And Yahweh said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God, and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered Yahweh and said, doeth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side, and hath blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in land? So even Satan said, you got a hedge on him, man. You protecting him. All right, you're protecting them. But I thought Satan is in control of his own, of his own mind, that he does what he wants when he feels. He could have just said, well, you know, you can't protect him because I'm going to do what I want to do. You know, how are you protecting him from me? I do what I want. He could have just said, the hell with that. No deal. You know, I ain't got to make a deal. I just do what I want. If I want to kill Job, I kill him. You know, but he didn't do that. Why? Because the Lord is in full control. All right. Verse 11. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. All right. And then all the tribulation happened to Job, and he did not curse the Lord. But the Lord made a deal with him. You know, he said basically, like, you put your hand on him, you know, but you don't kill him, you know, eventually. You know, they made a deal. But that's the Lord in control of Satan, saying, hey, listen, we'll make a deal. He ain't going to curse me. All right, but you can touch him, but you can't kill him. So then next thing you know, all his cattle was gone, his family killed, except for his wicked ass wife. And the Lord left him his woman. That's punishment enough. But yeah, man, it just goes to show, man, that the Lord is in full control of life and death, and who goes to and fro. You know, the Lord's in control of that. So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.